What will a country do if its population is increasing and it has no space for them to settle? Everyone deserves to live in a developed city, but when the cities get accommodated, it becomes hard for people to get the necessities of life. Eventually, the living cost increases, including the apartment rates to travel destinations, and life gets harder. Although this situation looks like a deadlock, it's not really for China. How? That's what we are going to find out in today's video. Welcome back to another exciting episode of our channel. Innovation Diary brings you China's innovation stories, projects, and growing influence in different parts of the world. If you are new to the channel and enjoy learning about fast-paced modernity, especially China's development and growing power, you will definitely find our videos intriguing. In this video, we will discuss China's most advanced construction project that will almost solve the population crisis. We will also talk about the project in depth and how it will benefit China. Let's get started. China has 687 cities, with a massive population of 1.4 billion. Most of the cities accommodated more than 1 million citizens. And almost all of these cities provide the best and most developed living conditions to their locals. They offer opportunities to startups as well as facilities to locals. These cities also play a vital role in China's overall GDP. But here is a problem. The population of China is always increasing. Most people want to live in the most developed cities and provide their kids with the best life. So, most families decide to shift to impressively developed cities. Just like people did with Beijing, the capital of China, with over 21 million people living there. The home shortage became the first issue, and in 2021, it was impossible to find a place under $17,000 per square meter. But people still are spending a lot on apartments. It shows that people have no other option than to spend a lot and live in these cities. If many people are accommodated in a single city, this will negatively affect China's GDP. For instance, last year, the drivers could only travel on the road for 3 hours a week due to extreme traffic. And this has caused an $11 billion loss in China's GDP. So, China needs to fix this issue to end the suffering of locals. But the question is, where can these people go? They cannot live in rural areas that are still developing. If all the cities in China are futuristic, how can some people live in less developed rural places? This has become a problem for China, and China needs to fix this at all costs. But if you think there is no other way to accommodate people than to let them live in rural areas, then you are wrong. Before we continue further, tell us, are you loving the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel for more videos about China's development, power, and influence on the world. Let's continue now. China always has plans. And this time, China came up with a solution that will provide a better place to accommodate China's locals, and it will also be a massive boost to the economy. The solution to this problem came as a what-if idea. What if a city as developed as Beijing was made in China's rural areas? We know developing all the rural places at once is impossible, but what if China somehow makes a single developed city in these rural places? This sounded like a silly idea until China started working on it. A plan for this new city was implemented with the idea of a new home for Beijing's non-essential functions. It will give the big city of Beijing a huge relief. The pressure will be decreased, and a new economic hub will be produced. On February 10, 2015, Xi shared this idea with its people. He mentioned that a new city in Hebei would be made in a few years. The city will be called Xiong'an. In April 2017, the government of China announced the project publicly. The city will be near a lake, the largest freshwater lake in North China. Its first phase will be around 38 square kilometers. Most of the business, educational institutes, and finance sectors will shift to Xiong'an just after the completion. Then a 198 square kilometer area will be made in the second phase. This area will be the Xiong'an main downtown area. Many buildings will be constructed here, including shops, parks, and hotels. The transportation sectors like trains and bus stations will also be made in this phase. Then the city cluster zones will be made around Phase 2. These zones will provide space for the housing sectors. And then an area of 1,000 square kilometers will be made around the whole city, giving space to lakes, forests, and farms near this 1,000 square kilometer space around the already existing villages. These villages will be modernized and will then be connected with each other. Apart from that, the AI used in this Xiaoman will also peak after completion. The traffic will be controlled with AI, and all the data will be stored online. The self-driving taxis will come into action as well. The reason why these facilities are being provided is that they will modernize China. And not only this, it will also make Xiaoman a new economic and technology hub. The high-tech will attract many new tech companies, and hopefully, limitless startups will open. The high-tech will contribute to 75% of the city's entire economy. And that's not it. With amazing technology, Xiaoman will also be considered a green city. Many vertical farms will start and provide fresh food throughout the city. Many parks will be made that will make the entire city beautiful and green. The villages around the city will be modernized and add to Xiaoman's beauty. 70% of Xiaoman's area on the map will be green. Also, the transport will be electric, producing little to no environmental harm. Many solar and wind turbines will also operate, and most energy will come from geothermal power plants. It is said that Xiaoman will be considered one of China's livable cities after the construction. The city will be connected to other important cities by railways. Many railways will be constructed linking Xiaoman with cities like Beijing. This whole project will cost China $580 billion. The location where the city will be made currently has over 60 villages and a population of 1 million people. The construction started in December 2017. In 2021, nearly 85% of the city was completed. Now the question is, how will this new city benefit China in general? Firstly, the city gives space to many businesses that were almost suffocating in other big cities. It will boost innovation and technology as well. The new railway links will also increase China's railways' credibility. The GDP of Xiaoman will be around $298 billion. Xiaoman will be a model for similar projects, and after the competition, China will become an expert in making livable and developed cities and rural places. The construction industry will also be fueled, and many new jobs will be provided to the locals. This project is surely going to be a huge step for China's economy as well as its locals. And no doubt, this is going to be a massive step toward development. Do you think any other country can make cities in its rural areas? Or is it just China that is making a silly yet very innovative idea possible? The project is quite difficult to make, but this new challenge is exciting for China's engineers. Comment right below in the comment section, can anyone else take this challenge other than China? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing. Until the next video, stay tuned.